Welcome to the Angels and Awakening podcast. I'm your angel medium, Julie Jancius, and today we're sharing your angel stories. Why do our angels and loved ones above show us signs? Yes, they want us to know they're okay and at peace, but deeper than that, they want us to connect with them so that they can help us more from the other side. Friends, it all begins with your intuition, vibration, and experiencing oneness. Your intuition is your soul's voice. It's also how your loved ones talk to you from heaven. In this podcast, we teach you how to turn up the volume on your intuition so that you can hear their loving messages more clearly. We also teach you how to raise your vibration and feel your oneness with all that is. Friends, you are here to love, give love, receive love, be love, radiate love. And because your soul is love, all you really ever have to do is just be. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the Angels and Awakening podcast. I'm your host and author, Julie Jancius, and today we are here with Laura Z. Laura is a very special guest who is here with some beautiful angel stories. And as we were just hopping on to the podcast, I was talking about there's this male energy coming through and with a young boy. And so we're going to talk about this today. We're going to bring through some messages because there's a lot here. But Laura, I'm going to have you first start out by diving into your first angel story.
Hi, Julie. Thank you for having me. So my brother, he passed away this last September 21st. I received a call that evening that he had So when I got the call, I knew I had to tell my mom. I had to tell her in person, and I needed to tell her quickly before the coroners got to her. So I called my sister, and we went over to her home. And so by the time we got to her home, it was probably about like 12. So my mom immediately knew something wasn't right. She opens the door. She, starts asking, well, her mom's okay. All of these people. And I thought that was a little strange in the moment because she had always been worried about my brother. Always. Like if she didn't get a text back from him or a call, she'd call him, have you heard from him? And so the fact that she didn't say anything, I thought was a little strange. To find out a couple of days later, she never asked for him because she felt that he was there. She just couldn't see him. She thought he was standing behind my sister. So she felt like he was there. That's why she didn't mention him. And, so we go inside the house, we tell her, I walk away to go just kind of go to the kitchen just to take a break. And when I'm in there, I feel my brother hugging me, and he was about 6'5". He had these like long arms. I'm about 5'4", so his hug was very distinct. And I just feel him hugging me. I almost feel like my head is laying against his chest, and he's just comforting me. I feel his comfort. And it feels so real. But then in a second, I steal that away from myself and I say, I'm just remembering his hugs and move on. By the time I get home, it's morning time, about like 3:00. I go to lie down. I don't think I'm going to fall asleep because I'm just so full of grief and anxiety, but I do. And I have this dream or experience where I see a long table, almost like a formal dining table. And I'm looking at it from one end. So I'm looking at it from one end onto another end. And at the end is my grandpa, who he passed away about 2 years ago. And I don't see him talk or anything, but I just like feel like he feels really surprised to see my brother. And he also immediately feels concerned for my grandma, who's here on earth. And then when I glance at the table, there's other people, and I can't figure out if I just don't recognize them or if their face is blurry or what exactly. But I feel like they're a male presence. And then on the side, I can't see. So it's like I don't have the power, like in a dream, to like turn so I just have like this view. And on this side is my father, who passed away about 6 years ago. And I don't hear him, but I feel what he's saying, and he's super excited to see my brother and welcome him. And at that moment, I'm not sure if I realized, oh my goodness, what am I seeing? Or if like he kind of just let go, because when I woke up, it felt very real. And it just hit me like, oh my gosh, I just saw him reach the other side. And he is so happy and at peace. And I felt so good, like so happy. So many happy feelings run through my body, and just like, and peace, which was weird given the situation. I was not at peace. And so I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe what I witnessed. But then I once again steal that away from myself and say, that's just my imagination. Just, some trying to comfort myself.
Yeah.
And, so then
let's talk about this a little bit. Because, what I keep seeing is your brother wanting to talk about his passing. He snaps his fingers, like his passing was very sudden and unexpected, and tragic in a way where I feel like there's still some questions around his passing of what happened exactly. And he comes through very clearly, and he said this 3 times since you and I hopped on the call, that there was no intention behind his action whatsoever.
I believe that 100%.
Yeah. And so he needs to make sure, because here's what happens when somebody passes and we don't know exactly what happened. That egoic mind guy within our heads can kind of creep in and bring up all these what ifs. What if this happened? Or what if this happened? Or what if he really took his own life? And he said, Mom needs to hear that I would never have ever done that to her or to you or to the family or to his girlfriend. Okay. That it was not intentional whatsoever. Now, when this egoic mind guy comes in and starts to do this to us, we can say, what was it? He was so happy most of the time. And he said he keeps saying that he was really happy-go-lucky most of the time, but he could also go to a place of deep sadness. And that's what your mom connects to, of like, well, was this going on? And he like just wasn't talking about it. And he goes, there was none of that. He said, my life was in a really, really good place. He keeps taking me back to his heart, and he keeps showing me that there was something going on heart-wise. I don't know why. We all go in for checkups, once a year around our birthday. We have, as we're women, right, and we get to a certain age, we have mammograms. I don't understand in our society why we don't have regular cardiology checkups, because to me it would make so much sense that we would be saving so many lives to just have these regular specialized checkups in different areas, just like we go in for colonoscopies and stuff like that. He said there was something going on heart-wise. And I don't know if something that he took reacted, because he's also showing me another person who I've brought through from the other side before, who just took a combination of different things that she did not know where it would interact with negatively with one another, like a couple of over-counter prescriptions. And I think it was a Red Bull or an energy drink. And the combination of different things impacted her very negatively. Don't quote me on that, but it was something to that effect. And he keeps showing me and bringing that person into my mind and saying that there was something very similar, but then it impacted his heart in some way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what my gut has always been like telling me since the beginning. I mean, of course, immediately my egoic mind took me to, the worst case, but then I don't know. I just kept on getting this feeling that it was his heart and it was an accident.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He has so many different messages. So, Laura, you and I talked about this before, and there's a couple of different directions he's going with this, but he keeps showing me the little boy. And when I had said that at the beginning, before we even started the podcast, you said that you'd been seeing this too.
Mm-hmm.
But as we've been talking, he's been showing me more. Do you have the little boy?
I have a little boy. Yeah, he's about 6 years old.
Okay. Was he really close to him? And I don't look at this where it's like a uncle has to be close to a nephew because they're gender roles, right? It has nothing to do with this. He just keeps showing me this little boy, but it's associated with you.
They were close. They felt like a connection in the sense of my son is like the only boy, like cousin in like a sea of girls. And he's kind of like the same way, the only boy in like a sea of girls. And so he'd always be like, oh, I got you, Tony, like relate with him.
It's interesting because I see him, your brother, on the other side, looking out for the entire family, but really taking your son under his wing and really helping mold him and helping shape him. Is like their hair color the same? And do you see like the same mannerisms come through your son? Because one of the signs sometimes that spirit brings through is that you'll catch a glimpse of their personality, their mannerisms come through another person in some way. And so he said, when you see that in your son, know that's a sign from me that I'm trying to connect with you at that time.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah. Most recently, I've been like accidentally calling him by my brother's name.
That's so funny. Yes. Yeah. So I know you have more angel stories. Let's dive into those. And I'm going to let your brother continue to bring in more information because I know there's messages there for your sister too.
Oh, yay. A week has so I have the dream, and then maybe like a week later, a friend of mine brings me flowers to the door and a card, and I'm reading the card, and it's a really pretty card. And at that moment, I hear a loud noise coming from the kitchen, and but it's like almost like I don't know how to describe it, like an energy or vibration. I don't know. It was just really loud, and I look over because it gets my attention, and I have a pint glass on the kitchen table, and it slides over about a foot on the table and it's thrown onto the floor.
All by itself?
Yeah, all by itself, no one there. And I'm like, okay, was there an earthquake? Checking and nothing, but it was like just a loud vibration, if you will, that got my attention and looked up and I see it. And I immediately, screamed because it scared the heck out of me. Then I cry because I realized it's him. And then I just start cracking up because he is just like him to try to scare the heck out of me. And then it was like, okay, I got the message. Try to explain this one, right? I'm trying to contact you. I'm trying to say goodbye. Stop. You can't ignore this one. So that one was really, I was like, okay, I accept it. All right.
Yeah. That's awesome. And is there a third story that you have too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tell that one.
So then, so this is basically 2 weeks now that he's passed. And, I am volunteering for my my son's kindergarten class. And, he had, it was the first time in forever because of COVID that they're allowing parents to volunteer. And he was super excited. I was not up for it, but I just couldn't let him down. But I'm trying not to cry all day because I don't want to go into a kindergarten class and, be negative energy. So I get in the car and sure enough, I just start bawling and I hear a voice, it's my own, say, okay, that's enough now. You need to stop. And I know it wasn't me because I didn't want to stop. I know it sounds silly, but I wanted to be in my grief. I wanted to cry. I wanted to be sad.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, deep breath, right? And I volunteered. I had a beautiful day, just so amazing. And then the next day comes and I start going back to that, that place again. And I was like, okay, well, I need to do something. I need to do something about this. So I get on podcast and I'm like, okay, podcast for grief. And I see Angels and Awakening pops up and I see it. And I'm just like, okay, let me give this a try. And it's an angel story. I probably give it 3 minutes. And I'm like, I'm not looking for an angel story. I have plenty of those. It's just not going to make me feel better. And I move on and I keep on looking, and I'm not finding what I want, but I keep on saying angels and awakening. And at this point, now I'm like arguing with myself, like, I already listened. I'm not interested. And then I hear this voice, just start from the beginning. And so then I'm like, okay. So I scroll all the way down to the first one. I listen to it, and immediately it was like this feeling I never felt before, where it's like, you're just where you belong. And then I hear your story. You share your dream about your father. And then I just have chills. And because I had a visualization dream about my father when he had passed, and when my father passed, we weren't talking either. And it just hit me like, I'm not crazy. I'm not making this up, because so many times, it felt so real to me, but I thought I just have a wild imagination. And as confident as I seem, I believe it. I don't, in the back of my mind, I'm like, what if I'm a fraud? What if I'm making all this up? And it was just like, oh my gosh, no, other people experience this. This is real. And I just knew, okay, I need to work. My brother wants me to work on all of it. The only way to get through my grief is just to kind of work through everything, not just him, my father, work on it all. And I started listening to your podcast and listening to the meditation 3-4 times a day. And it just it was just a transformation. It helped me so much. I never thought I was going to get out of that. And
wow.
I did.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm excited for you, Laura.
Thank you. And then really quick, talking about my son and my brother. So he had sent a couple of gifts to them. And one of them was, when we were getting ready for the services, his girlfriend had found, she was on his computer looking for pictures, and she said, oh, I found a letter that he wrote for your daughter for her 18th birthday. And I said, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. She's like, yeah, but I don't see any for, your son. I'm sorry. I'm like, oh, don't be sorry. She was the firstborn. He probably did a long time ago. No worries. And when my sister was getting ready for the services, she had ordered bottle openers, and they said basically his name and his date of birth and date of passing on it. And she had ordered about 50 of them, just to kind of a remembrance gift for people. And in that whole bag of 50, there was one that said, Tony, which is my son's name, cheers to 30 years XOXO.
Stop it.
Yeah. So I was like, oh my God, so special.
That is awesome. That is awesome. I love that angel story, because he was showing that he knew that your daughter got the letter, and that he was really looking out for your son too.
Yeah. Yeah. It was so special.
That is, spirit just amazes me and blows me away all the time. He keeps coming in. Now, you know that he's with you now, and he'll be with you and your entire family every moment of the rest of your lives. But sometimes when you're just with their energy, they prioritize what people need to know, right? Because it's going to help those people in the moment as much as possible. I feel like this message is both for you and your sister, but maybe for your sister more so, because I feel like she's at a point in her life where she's trying to figure things out, and she's not exactly sure maybe what she wants to do or what her purpose is, and maybe is finding a hard time understanding and feeling fulfilled in that way. And he keeps saying two things, which is, one, she doesn't see how much purpose she's already had. And that purpose isn't just Laura is here to do X, Y, and Z, and then that's her purpose for her life. There's purpose in every year. There's purpose in every month, in every week, in every moment, in every lesson. And he said she's been living it. He said you and your sister are both very authentic people, where there are some people who can try and be what they're not. And there's some people who just wear their heart on their sleeves and their emotions on their sleeves. And he said, both of you are that way, in that you can't fake it, right? You just
Totally.
are. And he said, that's it. That is where you get to live the essence of who you are. That is the moment where you're just totally being yourself, is you living out your purpose. He said that what she connects to more than you do is this fear guy within her egoic mind. And what I mean by that is that when we allow ourselves to get trapped by those negative thoughts, oh my God, I have one purpose. I don't know what it is. I'm never going to know what it is. I'm never going to feel fulfilled. What if I get to the other side and I didn't do what I needed to do? And I'm getting older now. We spiral into these negative thought patterns that can really not only bring us down, but also kind of creates this, like a water dam, right? It's like an energy dam, so that we're paralyzed with fear, and we're not able to move forward in our lives. And he said, she doesn't get it. And he said, to some extent, you don't get it. He said, if you could be where I am and fast forward the tape on your life, on her life, and see all of the amazing stuff that's to come. He said, you both are worrying way too much. He said, and it's blocking you from all of this beauty coming in. He said, stop doing that to yourselves. He said, you're never going to have 100%. Okay, this is a lesson that Spirit has been bringing in a lot lately. People look at their lives and within their egoic minds, they say, I'm going to take action when I have 100% certainty and confidence that this is the way to go. And he said, would you tell them that nobody gets that? Nobody gets 100%. You get 98%. You get 95%. But if you had 100%, it would take away that free will piece. So when what faith is, what trust is, what belief is taking action anyway, when you do have that 95 to 98% confidence and certainty within. Okay. So he said, I needed you to hear this because you're never going to have that 100%. But as soon as you have that 98%, that 95%, he said, run with it, because that's me coming through to your heart. And he said, I will show you what is in alignment with you vibrationally. You'll feel that 98, that 95%. Does that make sense?
So I don't feel it. I'll know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. Now, are you married, Laura?
I am.
Okay. Did he really get along with your husband? Because he's really chummy with him from the other side. And I feel like they razz each other a little bit. And
oh, funny. Yeah, my husband, he says that he receives songs like in his like morning. And he's like, I know it's your brother. I have this feeling in my heart. And it's just like, some of the songs are just like wild and crazy, but it's just like, it changes his mood. It gets him pumped and like, or he'll just start cracking up. Like, but yeah, he's just like, he tells me all the time that my brother comes through and gifts him songs.
Yeah. Here's what your brother needs him to know. It's not just about the songs. It's about becoming present and conscious with the thoughts within your head. So what's happening for you is that as you see these signs from your brother, you're waking up more to this aha moment within. I'm not the thoughts within my head, right? That there's a deeper level of consciousness. You can be the observer of your thoughts. And that's the frequency, the radio station at which Spirit comes in and speaks to you through that, right? Like when you were in the car and your brother was saying, it's okay to stop crying. It's okay to, put your grief to the side and go in and be mom, to your kiddo at school and volunteer today. He said, your husband is waking up, but he needs to understand that that's what's actually happening. And he's coming through a lot within his thoughts. So I want you to tell your husband that when he hears the songs on the radio, he needs to go within and connect with your brother and just ask him a question. Hey, bro, what do you need me to know? Right? And then listen, it's going to come through like his own internal dialogue, but then tell your husband to be silent and just listen for a thought to come flowing in. And that's what your brother is trying to convey message wise for that day to your husband.
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I almost can't go there because there's just so much pain associated when I tap into your mom's energy and your brother's. And he just said, because mom thought that the worst pain in her life was losing dad until she lost me. And she sometimes just doesn't know how to get through each day. And he said, the family is her angels right now. And he said, we're working up from the other side as much as possible to remove that heaviness of grief for her. But he's so proud of you and your sister and your entire family because he said the way that you're there supporting her right now is exactly what she needs. And grief is hard, okay? Like some days you don't know how to make another person happy or to give them their joy back or to make them feel happy about life again. And that can last for years after we lose somebody. He said, you don't need to know any of that. He said, you just need to be present with her and you just need to be with her. That's all she needs from you.
I keep asking him, like, how can I help mom, like, navigate this? How can I get her through this? I keep asking him and I just, I want to help her so bad. I don't know.
You want to take it all away. You just want to take it all away so that she doesn't have to feel any of that. And that's what he's trying to say is that you can't, but your presence in her life and your sister's presence and the family's presence, she's anchoring into that and it's giving her the energy that she needs to, we never move on, but to move forward. And just your presence alone, he says, is enough.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay.
Yeah. He keeps showing me Christmas this year and that you guys are going to have messages in there as well. And there's something with an ornament. So I want you to look at the ornaments at your mom's house because there's something with that too. Yes, but Laura, thank you so much for being here today. Do you have any questions?
Oh my gosh, well, I wouldn't even know where to start. But yeah, this was quite a beautiful experience, much better than I imagined.
Good. Good. Well, thank you so much for being here today and for sharing your angel stories. I love that your brother's girlfriend showed up with that letter for your daughter. And then there really was something for your son as well that he brought through an angel sign. That is just incredible. Anybody who's listening, we need more angel stories. We are out. We're going to be recording again starting in December and in 2022. So if you want to record your angel story, definitely hop on over to your email. Send us an email at juliejancius@gmail.com and we'll get you all scheduled. Thank you so much, Laura. Have a blessed day.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you.
You too. Bye. Beautiful souls, did you know that you can book a discovery call with me personally to talk to you about the Angel membership, about the Angel Reiki School, to help you decide which is right for you? If you want to book one of these discovery calls with me, what you can do is go on over to theangelmedium.com, go to the monthly membership tab, and then look at the very top. You're going to see a button that says book a discovery call. Click on that, book your time, and I will meet with you to decide and help you work through which program is right for you. Friends, thank you so much for being here today, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. What we have next for you is a mini meditation to help you set the tone and the energy for the rest of your day. And don't forget to start each morning with a 31-day Angel Success Formula. Those are the 31 free episodes that we just aired in January 2022. Thanks again, friends. Now I hope you enjoy this mini healing meditation. As you do this meditation, you'll raise your vibration and the vibration of the planet. Friends, what I want you to do is to just get into a relaxed position. If you are driving, operating machinery, need to concentrate, then this meditation is not for you. But anyone who is able to focus their attention on it, please join me. Friends, I want you to start by taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And I want you to imagine that your socks, your shoes are off, and that your bare feet are able to connect with the soil of the earth. And down through the bottom, the soles of your feet, are these large roots that go down far and wide into the earth. Those roots go down far and wide, anchoring you into the earth as if you were a tree yourself. And up through those roots comes this beautiful, yummy, tingly energy. Begins to tingle at the tip of your toes. I want you to allow this yummy, tingly energy to just dance up over your feet, around your ankles. Feel this yummy, tingly energy as it moves up over your calves, your shins, all the way up to your knees. Feel this energy at your knees and allow it to move up the thighs, the hamstrings, all the way up to the sides of the hips. I want you to allow this energy to move from the hips up to the base of your spine, the base of your stomach. And I want you to feel this energy as it climbs up the spine and the stomach, all the way up until it reaches your heart. As you feel this yummy, tingly, sparkly energy surrounding the outside of your heart, filling the inside of your heart, notice how your entire body comes into a gentle state of ease. Allow this energy to move up into the shoulders, into the neck. Feel it as it fills your entire head, front to back, side to side, top to bottom. And then feel this energy as it moves through the hair follicles on the top of your head, so that you feel this yummy tingliness 2 inches to 10 feet or higher above the top of your head. Friends, you might feel like there's a string above your head lifting you up towards the sky. You might feel an airy floatiness. You might feel an expansive spaciousness. what I want you to do from here is imagine that there is this large opening at the crown of your head. It's the size of a cereal bowl, right? And I want you to imagine that it extends upwards towards heaven and that God sends this loving, peace-filled oneness energy. It's love, it's joy, it's peace, it's bliss, it's ease, it's grace. And God just sends this energy through the crown of your head. It moves through your head, down through your neck, down through your shoulders, and it starts to pool. This God energy starts to pool around your heart, within your heart. And I just want you to feel that for a moment. And I want you to just tap in and notice. I want you to notice that your heart, your physical heart, is one with your body. And I want you to notice that your heart and your body are one with the air surrounding you. And I want you to notice that your heart, your body, the air surrounding you are one with all life here on earth. All plants, all people, all animals, all life on earth. And now notice how your heart, body, air surrounding you, all life here on earth are connected to everything, everywhere. Friends, did you notice how your body got more expansive, your energy got more expansive, and you could feel out into your auric field, you could feel out into the energy of the world, into the energy of everything, everywhere. Friends, that is oneness, and you can carry oneness with you in your everyday. I don't want you to stop here. I don't want you to open up your eyes. I want you to continue this meditation and to see that surrounding you are angels. You have guardian angels around you. You have cherub angels holding the space open for you to get into oneness at any time. You have archangels working with you in every area of your life. You have loved ones on the other side. See them in detail, friends, because you seeing them in detail is the exact same thing as you going to them on the other side, knocking on their door, asking them to spend time with you. They love you so incredibly much. They want to spend time with you. They want to develop that relationship with you. When they're there, you're here. I know it's different, but you can still have that beautiful, incredible relationship. All of these beings, your angels, your guides, your loved ones on the other side, they form your spirit team who's always working to guide you, direct you, protect you. Friends, what I want you to do is just take some time with them right here, right now. What they want you to know is that they are working with you all the time. What they want you to know is that they are sending you signs and symbols to show you that they're next to you. Friends, they ask you to see that they are bringing in gift after gift after gift through your heart chakra to bless your life with miracles. Friends, it's your job to remain open, to believe, and to trust that they are working miracles in your life. Friends, I love you. They love you so incredibly much. Stay open and know, believe, trust, have faith, know like you know that they are working with you always. See you here next time. Have a blessed day.